Hi guys, it's Kat. Thanks for joining me for another process video. I know that it's been a little bit since I posted one, but my family's getting over a really bad stomach flu that went through the house twice. And it's over now and we're all better, but that's why I was kind of absent for a while. So for this layout, I have two photos of my son Justin. Excuse me, and he was about, I'd say 3 or 4 years old in the photos. And when he was really little, he used to put towels and sheets, or not sheets, but towels and like t-shirts or whatever he could get his hands on, and he would tie it around his neck and pretend like he was Super Justin. And he thought he was a superhero. And in this photo, he has his baby brother's baby blanket from the hospital tied around his neck, and he was pretending to be Super Justin. So that's the name of this layout, Super Justin. And I can't remember this exact name of this kit. I think it's Echo Park. It's a Lori Whitlock Echo Park collection. It's one of the boy collections, and it's a little bit old. But I'm going to go through here and cut my paper down a few times until I figure out the layout. I've decided on that light blue paper as my background, and then I'm going to have the first layer be that bright red, and then the yo-yos is the top layer. And then my photo mat is going to be that, I believe it's going to, yeah, it is. It's going to end up being that red piece of paper, but I'm going to cut it down a little bit. He was so cute. It's hard to believe he's 22 now. Where does the time go? And you know what that means. If he's 22, that means I'm old. So anyway, I'm going through a couple of different papers here trying to decide which ones I want, but I think in the end I do go with the red. And I'm going to take that blue paper and I'm going to use that, but I'll use that in a little bit. First of all, I have some walnut stain distress ink, which is my favorite ink to distress the edges of the paper. And that's what I'm doing with the yo-yo paper. I wanted the yo-yo paper to have kind of an edge to it, and it didn't, so that's why I used the distress ink. So this is going to be the layout of my page basically with the blue paper. So I'm going to go ahead and start adhering everything down. And I love that yo-yo paper because it's just fun and colorful, and I didn't put it on the paper exactly right. Like you can tell it's over to the right further than it is to the left, but that's okay. I mean, he'll never, he's not going to care. And who knows, maybe I meant to do that on purpose, right? So then I have a border strip with these arrows, and I'm going to put that on the horizontal strip right there, and then underneath that blue layer so that it's all pointing to the right. I may be a little rusty on what I did on this because it's been so long since I created it, but bear with me and we'll get through it. As you can see, the papers are really nice and colorful, and I love that collection. Oh, it's called About a Boy, or All About a Boy, something like that. Oh, maybe I use the wood grain paper as my photo mat instead of the red paper. I think I do. I told you it'd been a while. I love that wood grain paper though. I think that's really pretty. You can never go wrong with wood grain. If you hear snoring in the background, that's Abby. Seems like every time I do a video, she's snoring. So I put my photos on kind of cockeyed so they were, not straight. And I wanted them to look like you had just laid them down on the table or something, and they just landed the way that however they wanted to. That's how I wanted them to look. So that's how I put it on the little photo mat. This little plate is full of embellishments that I made with my dies and my punches. I took the paper collection because Echo Park didn't used to have very many embellishments with their collections, and since this is an older one, I just sat down and started punching out shapes and cutting things with my dies and just making my own little embellishments to go with this kit or collection. So now I have these wood banners by Studio Calico, I believe, and I'm just coloring one of them in red with my Copic marker, and that works fantastic. and they dry. It dries automatically so you don't get red all over your fingers. And then there's a little rosette that I made with that star on top of it, and I'm going to put that on top of the banner. And then I have this stamp from one of the, I believe it's the October Afternoon set. What is it called? I think it's called Dude, and it says superhero, and it has an arrow on it. And I stamped it on that scrap piece of paper right there just to make sure it's stamped okay, because it's a new stamp. And I'm going to stamp that. I should have stamped it on the light blue paper, but for some reason I decided to stamp it on the blue paper above the photos, and it doesn't show up as well, but it's there. I really shouldn't have done that. Don't you hate when you do stuff like that and you go back and you look at it later and you're like, oh man, why did I do that? Well, I do that all the time. So then I have this little label that I cut out with one of my dies. And I believe I'm going to stamp something on that little label. Yeah, 100% boy. And that's from the same stamp set, the Dude stamp set by October Afternoon. And those are photopolymer stamps. They're really nice quality stamps. So I'm using my hot glue to glue down the wood banner. I think like bigger wood pieces like that, I think the hot glue holds them better, so that's what I prefer. I'm not a big fan of liquid glue. So now magically my title appears, The Amazing Justin. I thought it was Super Justin, but okay, see, The Amazing Justin. And then you'll also see that I put a Studio Calico wood veneer speech bubble that says wow. And I kind of wish I hadn't put that there now, but I did, so that's there. And I also put a wood veneer border underneath the photo. You see the checker, it looks like little checkers, or a checkerboard or whatever. That's also, no, that's from Prima. That's a Prima wood veneer. And now I'm getting a couple of my embellishments out, and I chose a pinwheel and I think another rosette, maybe. Nope, just the pinwheel. And I'm going to put that down on the right hand side of the photo. And I think my layout's pretty much done after this. Yep, that's it. I think I'm done with it. Nope, maybe not. I've got to start narrating these videos like quicker. I can't let them sit and wait. Oh, okay, so I put boys, caution boys at play, and then down on the bottom there's a sticker that says so fun, and it's in red, and it's cut off a little bit on the screen so you can't really see it very well. But then there's another wood veneer banner that says epic that I just stamped. I stamped the word epic on it with Stays On ink, and I put that down there too. So here's a close-up. I don't have any photos because the photos I took got messed up, and I'm too lazy to pull out the page and take more. So here's the close-up. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I will be back soon with more. Bye.